Okay, alright. Just another quick game of ARAM. I don't really feel like playing the Rift right now, so I'm just playing a lot of ARAM. I'll probably play a Rift for my next game, but I've been doing a lot of content uploads lately, so for the most part, the problem isn't, you know, how I want to do my content, how I want to focus on teaching players how to be better at the game. It's, more about focusing on the title of my videos, putting links to other people's channels who can help you with champions that you're trying to focus on, because, I can put all the information I want on my channel, but, like I said, I'm not doing this for money or anything of that nature. I'm really just trying to support the players who've already done a lot to help, me personally learn how to play this game, and other content creators that I feel are good, and then also kind of chastise other content creators who I feel are doing more harm to this game than good. So, biggest problem I'm having right now is that the laptop that I have an Asus, total $500 with an i5 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM. For this game, it's relatively a little too much. Like, it doesn't require all that to, play this game, but I got something a little beefier because I like playing modded Minecraft, and modded Minecraft, honestly, is a little intensive for what, this laptop can handle, especially some of the newer ones that came out. This is going to be, like, this channel, and the whole point of this channel isn't for entertainment. It's not for money. It's mostly for memories. For me, I'm 23 years old, done a lot, there's still a lot I need to do, but at this point in time, I just wanted to give, like, I guess, like a thank you to all the people who have supported me personally. Even though you may not know me, you may not know who I am, I don't really attend video game cons, I don't really care about meeting people in that sense. The way I've lived my life mostly is to be off the grid at all times. I don't like making physical contact with people just because, there's an old saying that says you should never meet your idols. It basically says you shouldn't meet the people you admire because how they are in reality might not be who they pretend to be, in reality. So let's say, for example, there's like a movie star you admire. Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, everyone knows him from WWE, big movie star, big, overall, my personal opinion, I feel that he's a good individual as a person. Just overall, like, he's funny, he's not necessarily a comedian, but, he's played comedian roles in movies, and he's done a lot of cool things, a lot of good, inspirational person. Like, if you admire Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, feel that he would be a good role model, and he is a good role model. He continues to be a good role model. Maybe he's done like some mistakes, and I don't really know. I don't really follow the media as far as they try to portray people, because the way they portray them is based on their networking and what they want them to say. So, it's kind of sad, but a lot of the times, like, you meet somebody who's a great person, who's done a lot of great things, and they make one mistake, and then the media will trump up this one big mistake like it's just like the ultimate evil, when it's honestly probably just something that's not even that big of a deal, but because someone has a lot of fame and they have a lot of popularity, the media will use that to get attention, and depending on how they portray a certain person, will sway a person in a different light. That, sometimes there's instances in which, like, yeah, something serious has occurred and an issue needs to be addressed just to raise awareness, but the media never does it that way. They always try to overhype a situation, depending on what it is, to say their own message and get their own point across. And then at the end of the day, it's just like you don't even really understand, like, what they had a conversation about it to begin with, just because it's so distorted at that point that you don't even really, like, you have so many different emotions flaring up inside of you, and you don't really know how to feel. And the media uses that to persuade people's minds a lot more lately. and all it does is just turn everybody against each other when we should just be working together as, like, you know, one cohesive unit. But anyways, in this game, I am playing Zed, and Zed is a ninja. As you can see, he has these little things on his back, has a little cape. He has like some really whatever. But the main difference about him is that he has this yellow bar. This is what's referred to as energy. As you can see, it says plus 10 at the bottom right here. This tells you basically how fast you regenerate each one. So right now I have 3.1 health regeneration, meaning I get 3 health every second passively. So if I take damage, every second after that he will heal for 3 points. He also has this, instead of having this blue bar which indicates mana, he has a yellow bar which indicates energy. So that tells me how many times I can use this. So energy champions are really cool and really strong because they don't require, like Ribbon, as you noticed, and you may not have noticed, she didn't have a mana pool either. She had just, you know, I don't think there's like anything underneath her. She doesn't use energy either. She's like this champion right here, who, well, actually there's differences in every single champion. Like I said, there's so many different ones, and there's so many good synergies and playstyles with every one. But basically what this means is, normally when you first start off, you have a mana pool, and if you run your mana pool dry, meaning you run out of mana, you're not able to use any of your abilities that you ordinarily would have been able to use. But it's pretty cool because as you can see with Zed, he has this ridiculous kit to where he can just, you pick a target pretty much. He's what they call an assassin in this game. So you pick a target with somebody you want to kill, and you focus all your abilities on killing that one target, meaning you go in, kill that target, get the fuck out, they die, and then your teammates are still here to follow up. As you can see, I did a perfect execution of how you're supposed to utilize this champion's kit and what you can do once you learn how to play him properly. So there's different stuff you can do with them, but just depending on how you do and which, like how much money you have, etc., you can do different things at different points of time. As you can see, we're starting to lose, so I'm for the most part trying to focus on backing out and escaping with my life. He's gonna try to come in. I juke him. He might be able to kill me. We'll see. Yeah. So a big part of this game is, what's gonna make it really frustrating for you is, when you first start off, you don't know what champions can do. Like, you just don't know. That's where a lot of the difficulty comes from. Is there's so many different champions that can do so many different things. How am I supposed to know that this person can do this? And even if they do it, how do I respond to it? That's not anything you can fix. Oh, I need a... Yeah, that's not what I should be focusing on at all. Like you can see, I bought a bunch of items. I was going to try to go for, you know, the static shiv, which basically turns you into Pikachu. You can do like a lightning damage, and it's pretty cool. It's not a good item per se, but I mean, it's just, like I said, for the most part, you just build for fun. You pick the items you want, and then you keep them and you go with it. But if you want like a strong and powerful build, then you have different options of building, and there's different ways you can go. And there's different items you can get that help you do certain things. So, like I said, the Trinity Force is really good on any champion pretty much. Although he doesn't benefit from the mana pool, which is plus 250 mana, he benefits from everything else in here. And as you can see, this item has 2 unique passives that come from these 2 things, because like I said, everything basically stacks with one another. And so this is giving me more cooldown reduction, which I didn't really focus on at the start of the game just because I didn't need to. But as you can see, this kit of items I have synergizes with this kit of abilities. And once you figure out how to play these champions, how to build them properly, what they call, oh man, I can't think of the name of these right now, but once you figure out a good kit, you can think of it as, you know, Trying to think of a good way of explaining this. Basically, this person right here, it's just an avatar. You can think of it as a Skyrim. If you imagine every game of Skyrim that has all these preset made characters, it helps you understand better of what, like, it doesn't really matter what someone says you should do, it's more about what you want to do. So, if I wanted to focus on a heavy attack damage build, I would just get as much attack damage as possible, go in, do that. But there's some champions that don't benefit that well off of attack damage. And although you can still get the same items, you can build them attack damage, it's just honestly there's better builds for them, you know? So, this champion in particular doesn't scale well off ability power. So I didn't focus any of my skills or abilities on ability power. I looked at his stats before the game. It's like, okay, this champion does really well if I get attack damage on him. So, you know, you get a little bit of attack damage. And you just focus on that one thing, like I said from the beginning. And now I'm picking my target of who I want to kill. Because this champion is an assassin, as you can see. He can't exactly last all that long in a fight. Because he's not made to last long in a fight. All he's made to do is pick somebody to kill and be able to kill them, like, in the flick of an eye. Just, you blink, you know, say, alright, this person right here I want dead. So let's say, you know, that was my target. I'd just be like, okay, let me try to get on her and kill her as fast as I can, and then escape with no health. So what I do, I pinged, and so Nidalee replied, she's like, no, I'm too low. So I wasn't telling her to kill her, you know, playing for a demonstration. It's basically just an ongoing tutorial. And when I think of better ways of naming my videos, better ways of explaining my, you know, build paths and whatnot, there's other YouTubers who do this. So basically, at this point, you just pick a personality that you like, and see what they say about a particular champion. There's a lot of humor, there's a lot of, it's like a whole nother world, pretty much. They have this big fan base of different people, and they correlate to people you know in real life. So it's just like, does this sound like me? Is this the kind of person I think I am? Like, even if it isn't, you don't have to take it as seriously as some people do. It's like, oh, if you play this champion, you're just absolutely the scum of the earth, you know? But it gives you a pretty good idea of champions you might possibly like, and champions you might want to, you know, possibly try building at one point in time. So, the problem with assassins is, you watch people on YouTube who know how to play them, they've been playing them for a while, and they can do all these amazing things with them, but you don't understand and appreciate how hard it is to do what, you know, whatever they did. So, in this case, it worked out very well for us. 4 people on our team died, but one of our teammates survived, and we killed all of them. So, our teammate right now is getting the inhibitor, which is going to allow us to spawn super minions, and now she's trying to kill herself to the tower, or just get rid of the tower, really. She probably should have just killed herself, because she has a lot of gold from that fight we just had, and she's not being able to spend it because she's not dying. And since she ended up dying anyways, it would have been better for her just to finish off the tower, given the team more gold to go back with, and everyone would have, you know, basically been put in a better situation overall if she had just done that. But, you know, I'm playing, I'm smurfing, so it's all a matter of, you know, not necessarily winning the game, but trying to improve on my own personal play. That's really bad for me. I got put in a really bad situation with all the CC they had. They locked me down hardcore. And they would have possibly been able to kill me if I hadn't have used my kit to escape. Now, with every kit, they generally have the same amount of, I don't know how I could, okay, there was something. They generally have the same, what I want to call, like, they generally do the same things, but what's important is being able to secure your target with assassins. So basically, when you pick a target, you got to be able to maneuver around the enemy to kill that target, despite there being other people around there trying to stop you from doing exactly that. It's really hard skill to do, but there's items with abilities, as you can see. There's all these different abilities. They're all unique. They're all different. But what you didn't notice is that some of them say passive, and then some of them say active. And these active items are game changing. Basically, once you learn how to utilize your kit, once you get good at matching your buttons, being able to play, okay, if I hit Q, I throw a shuriken. If I hit W, I can create a shadow. I can teleport to the shadow. And if I hit E, I can cut people. And as you can see, his shadow mimics whatever he does. So you do that, you can throw that. So basically, you can throw two, and he mimics everything you do. So basically, this is one champion who has a unique ability to be two champions, in a sense. So he's like Naruto, if you want to think about him that way. Whatever way you want to think about him. You know, he does his little shadow clone jutsu, bop, bop, and then you can even teleport to him and he switches places and then a shadow clone back there. But once you teleport to a shadow clone, you can only do it once until you get his ultimate, which lets him do it again. So you can read what it does. It says it becomes briefly untargetable, spawns a shadow, and this becomes untargetable is something you might overlook when you're a novice in the game and don't exactly understand what that means. So basically what that means is you can go into a situation. Alright, so I'm going to try to take her out again because that's the focus of me. I'm an assassin, so I need to take out my targets and be able to escape with my life. But I messed up a little bit. I did kill Caitlyn, but I could have been able to kill Kalista if I had played that a little bit smarter, and this is really bad for us. Honestly, I probably should have focused on Master Yi, because Master Yi is just ridiculously strong in this game. He's honestly the first champion you should try to kill, but the problem is he has an ability that makes him untargetable too. Every time he uses his little Alpha Strike, which is his Q, it makes him untargetable, so he can do damage to you without ever taking any damage back, and that's extremely strong and extremely broken. But there's other champions who have the same ability too, so then it's not a matter of, you know, whatever, but it's a matter of figuring out how to kill him and stop him before he hurts your teammates too much. Now, you might be thinking, oh, you're an assassin, you're Zed, you should probably just focus him and try to kill him as fast as possible. And yes, I can do that, but at the same time, he can also dodge damage with him being untargetable. I can do the same thing. So if someone uses an ability and I don't want to hit it, I can dodge it by basically teleporting away from it. So based on how much energy I have and the management of said energy, as you can see, I only have 200. It regenerates at 10, and I can't really do anything without energy. So if I run out of energy, even if I have all my abilities ready to be used, if I don't have the energy to use it, I can't do anything. So this is going to be probably the last team fight of the game. It's really important that we don't make any mistakes and that I don't get caught out. And I'm able to kill who I need to kill. So I'm going to go in on somebody, use all my abilities, and as you can see, even though I picked a target, I didn't really concentrate and focus on that target because I'm not good with Zed. I like Zed, I like his kit, I like his abilities. I would love to be good with Zed, but for whatever reason, he's just another one of those champions that, although I like him, although I enjoy him, I just can't utilize him to his full potential. And although I have a good build on him, I probably could have made something better. But it's ARAM. These are short, sweet games, so these are perfect for demonstrating the potential of each champion and how you should focus and concentrate on building them and what you should do with them in theory. But like I said, in actual practice and actual application of trying to do it, it's a lot harder than it looks. So we lost this game. No big deal. It's whatever. We did our best, but we just weren't better than our opponents, so we lost.